Hey folks, so yeah, I had a pretty good Saturday, last Saturday. I think it's middle of the week now. Um, so I went out and did my usual garage sales. I got skunked. I don't think I picked up anything, maybe one thing, but it slips in my mind right now. So probably not worth speaking about. But I was heading back into town. I was still out of town, and I saw one, and I kind of did a slow roll by and noticed that guy right there. Which normally, is like, okay, it's a 70s Fisher-Price moon roller. It's a nice toy. It's a ride-on, but not sort of my key favorite toys that get me super excited. But I thought, you know what, let's stop. And I'm really glad I did. There was a bunch of small Fisher-Price stuff. Again, kiddie stuff. Not like sort of the more older toys, probably like 5 and under type things. I'll show you. They're in here somewhere, I think. Or maybe I didn't even bother bringing that box out. But I asked the person who was there, I asked him, do you have any toys sort of this age, but more like boy toys? And they said, what are you looking for? And I said, Star Wars, GI Joe, He-Man, that sort of thing. And they were like, oh yeah, we do. It's up in the attic. And I was like, oh, okay. And she said, but this is all I have ready now. And I sort of said, okay, well, here's the thing. I have a store in town. I will pay you a lot more than what you will ever get at a garage sale. Because literally, the Fisher-Price stuff, she was asking $1 for that. And the other stuff was like 50 cents. And I felt really bad. It was like, put it all together and it should have come to like less than 10 bucks, but I just sort of handed her a 50. And I said, I will pay you more than what you would get at any sort of garage sale. So why don't you call me? So she took my number and said she would text me. And then before I left, she sort of said, oh, you know what? I do have a box here. I just didn't want to bring it out because the stuff is really kind of dirty. And so the first thing that comes out of that box is this GI Joe toy. Now, again, it is a bit dirty. I don't care about that. It's got its landing gear. It's not complete by any stretch, but still, super cool toy. Then, and I know I know what y'all want me to get to, but I'll get there, don't worry. In that box was, I've got it in bags here, but you can see it's all still pretty dirty. I haven't had a chance to clean. Cool little Tonka, not that old. This guy was in there, and somewhere down in here is the lid for it. It's Play School monster truck, and it's a little Orange Blossom Special. That alone would have made my day, just finding that. And it's got, like I said, the cover and everything for the back right there. What else? Oh, Radio Shack, Lamborghini Countach from the 1980s. Fisher-Price. This was one of the Fisher-Price Adventure people. That's the Moonlander. It's missing its thing, but even still, like, again, she had $1 on that. That was part of the original deal. But in this other box, and I don't know squat, I will fully admit this about RC cars. I didn't play with them as a kid. I don't know jack about them. But I know that people do collect them, and I know vintage ones are fun toys. And yeah, here you go. It's the Tyco Baja Bandit. It looks all to be there. It needs a good cleaning. There is the fin somewhere buried in there. There is the original controller for it. And there's some paperwork. Again, there's a bunch of parts. And then there are two of these, which ones are these ones again? Oh, the Nico. Sorry, I was wandering with the camera there. The Nico, they're basically frame buggies. And the wheels are melted on these, but there's a ton of extra wheels in there. And there's another one. Again, these need to be cleaned and sort of put together, but both the RC units, the actual controllers are in there. Some paperwork for each of them. So yeah, that was a good start. So yeah, I was already super excited, and I said, if you have more stuff like this, just text me. a picture, and I can tell you, because she's like, it's up in the attic. And I think she didn't feel that great about not cleaning the stuff. And I'm like, do not waste your time cleaning it. I don't care. Just, you know what, just bring it out. And I wasn't that aggressive, obviously, but she, you know, a couple of days go by, and then yesterday I get a text, and she's like, are you interested in any of this? And I wish I knew how to put in a photo of the photo she sent, because all of this, these guys all here, plus some stuff over there, we're all laid out on a blanket on her front lawn. And I was like, oh my God, someone else is going to see that and run over and, you know, and basically try to buy it all off her. So I packed up real quick, said, yes, I'm interested. I'll be there in like 5 minutes, and went over, and she was super nice. When I got there, she said some guy did come to a screeching stop and wanted to buy that Tonka, but she said, no, someone else is already on the way, which is amazing. And you, like, nowadays that never happens. And the truth is that I think he made an offer that was kind of lowball, and she was not happy, I think, in the end, and decided not to. Or she might just have said, no, there's somebody else coming. But either way, I'm pretty happy with the whole deal. But let's get into it, because I ended up buying, we'll get to the big one, all right? It's the Cobra Terradrome. Here it is here. Here is a box of, I'd say, totally probably about 70% of all the parts. The fire bat's in there. Unfortunately, the fire bat is missing its cover. Here's the thing. She says she has more boxes that she'll be getting to and messaging me about. I kind of educated her on the fact of, like, don't throw anything out. Nothing. Not even the smallest piece. Not even a chewed up box. Nothing. And she was like, oh, okay, totally. And so, yeah, because there are 3 bags of parts over there that went with just this stuff. And she said there's probably way more stuff up there. She thought she had a lot of Star Wars. She had one Star Wars, and it was a little beat. It was this Boba Fett Slave 1, which is just a shell, literally just a shell, except did have the cover, which is kind of cool. Because that's a sought-after part. And then there was one X-Wing pilot and figures. That's the weird thing about this group, and that's why I'm still hopeful there might be more coming out, is there were no figures other than that one. There were parts of figures, there were He-Man weapons, there were Transformer parts and Transformer, like, bigger parts. There was tons of GI Joe little bits and bobs, and yeah, so again, I think more is coming up, but this I say is about, as stands, maybe 70% complete, maybe a bit more. You know, you never know, but just what I ended up with, I'd say, is about 70-75% complete. This Tomahawk, GI Joe Tomahawk, is, I'd say, probably about the same, 70% complete. It's got the cover. It's missing the back rotors. Here is a bag with the stabilizers for the side, a couple of rotor blades that will go to the back, pretty much, I think, all the missiles, and the missile launcher thingamabobs. How's that for technical? On the side. It's missing the cowls up front, but as I said, it does have the cover. It's got both the guns on the inside, the door guns. Missing, I think, one back seat and the forward seat, but still, like, again, it needs a good cleaning, like everything in here. Here we have the Tonka GoBots command base. From what I could tell, pretty much all there. I'm not an expert on the GoBots. There's the guy's face that would light up when you transform it. Couldn't use that word officially, though. One leg is a little loose, but I think you can tighten those up. But the rest are all pretty solid. Couple of cool Tonkas. I forget the name of this guy, but pretty amazing. You can actually shift through gears with them in a run. It's got the winch on the front. I actually have the shifter that went over, the shifter knob that went over that, somewhere in a box here. This Tonka is amazing. It's really dirty, needs a cleaning, and I think you're looking at it thinking, oh man, you're missing wheels. No, all the wheels are in there. Every single one, even the back wheel. The glass is together. The sliding door is on there. I haven't tested it to see if it works. A little bit of a dent there, but nothing terrible. Like, that thing is like super cool. My favorite, I think, other than maybe the Terradrome, is this guy here. I'll show you from the back end too, but that's the front of it open. It's a playset. Now, a lot of people will look at that and think, wow, yeah, it looks kind of like, a little bit like Castle Grayskull in terms of scale and setup, the way it folds out. But it's actually not. It is a Powerlords base, and a fairly hard to find toy. You can find it on the side there. Look at that. Yeah. Tough toy to come by. Most Powerlords stuff didn't do as well as all the other lines, even though they got lots of advertising, because I remember I never had any as a kid, but I remember reading comic books from the time, and they always had an ad in the comic books. So I was familiar with the toy line, although I'd never seen this before. So that was kind of a nice thing, and a lot of it is there. I don't know how much, because finding one to compare it to is turning out to be a little bit tough. I know there looks like a major door missing, but again, that may pop up in later groups. So that, you know, is pretty much it. There's half of a Snake Mountain. The gate for that is in one of these, because it showed up in an earlier set of toys that I had. Let's see what's going here now. This guy, not even 100% sure. I want to say maybe Micro Machines. No, it's Mattel. So I don't know what that is. So there you go. These were pretty beat. That is some sort of Hasbro, so it's Joe Park. It's the bottom of the thing. Those were technical terms, the bottom of the thing. That looks like Tonka. Yeah, that'll probably go with the Jeep over there that we had. There's a little Bell Tonka, which is kind of cool. Bell phone systems with the trailer. Another Tonka horse with a horse trailer there. And just like kind of a generic little bow toy made in Hong Kong. I don't know, like monster truck. Not of great quality, but kind of cool still. A couple of other bits and bobs, as my mother would say. Here's the thing. These were up in an attic, and a little bastard mouse, sorry, got into the top and decided to make, you can even see the mouse hair there. I haven't cleaned any of this stuff yet. To make a nest, which they did, and I haven't gone through it all yet. I think there's some pages still left from the actual original manual for this. But yeah, they ate through the top, and they ate through that side as well. Here's the thing. I'll forgive the little turds, as it were, because they left the front panel and the back panel alone completely, and the other panel is fully intact. And those are, as you can see, like there's the back panel, it's upside down, but those are your money shots. Like that is just gorgeous. The thing about the 1980s toys, oh, there goes that panel. The artwork on it was so good, like on all of them, like even the He-Man, even if you thought some of the toys were a little childish or weren't your scene, you could not deny the artwork on these, because it's like when they actually did these front splashes like that, I mean, that's crazy good. So there's one of those that's been stripped down to this, the frame, a bag of parts that I can't even begin to, oh, that's the thing for that, that's the shifter for the Jeep. So many little parts that I'm gonna spend probably weeks going through and matching up. And as I said, there is everything in there. Oh, these are really cool. I think these are from Revell. They wind up and they actually, like the motor actually works. And there's two of those, and I suspect there's probably another motor for that one kicking around somewhere. So that was super cool, so I've never even seen those before. There's Snake Mountain. I think that's Snake Mountain. Here's a cool one, and I know somebody who's going to be really excited by this, because they just picked up a Megatron off me, and yeah, there is some more parts for it that I didn't have. There's a little Ghostbusters pack for the real Ghostbusters figures, Game Boy manual, It's kind of cool, some Transformer things. This is kind of neat. It's an old 1980s Corvette digital watch, which is just rad. What else we got in here? Some more GI Joe stuff. Again, I gotta go through all of this, clean it all out. More Joe. More Joe. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Bigfoot monster truck. Look at that thing. Yeah, unfortunately, no key. There would be a little key that would go right there. And I haven't checked out the battery compartment, but most of these weren't stored with the battery. Now, this one was ridden hard. I mean, hard. Like, look at that. And I don't mind. I know toy collectors lose their mind, but I love when I see toys that were well played with. Like, this wasn't destroyed, but it was loved by a boy. And he played with this, and it, like, a lot. You can just see. And it didn't, I used to stick firecrackers in certain toys back in the day. And, you know, when we were playing with GI Joes and stuff like that, that was a little bit abusive. This is just honest to goodness play. I mean, it, you know, it's a monster truck. It's got to bounce around. So that one, super cool. What else is in here? Oh, let's see. It's Tyco, is it? No. Not gonna lie, I don't know. How's that? Oh, rebound racers. Hey, how about you just read, Jay? Looks like an old Trans Am, like an old Firebird. It is an old Firebird. Look at that. There's the Firebird. Totally. Yeah, that's another cool toy. I'm not super familiar with the rebound racers, but still. So, yeah, there is a ton of stuff for me to go through and clean. I am going to have such a fun week. I am super excited by this. And especially for things like, you know, like Powerlords. I don't deal with Powerlords very often because they just don't come around. Like, and to find on the first hit, the actual base, I mean, that's pretty cool. I think it's called Volcano Island, which is a pretty lame name. Like, come on, you couldn't come up with something better than that? I know it looks like a volcano, but, you know, they called that the Terror Drome. Come on, guys, try harder. So, yeah, that is sort of part one of what I'm hoping will be maybe part two, possibly part three later on, when I get another call. So yeah, a couple of takeaways from this. When you see a vintage toy, even if it's not something you collect, and it's of the same era of what you collect, stop and ask, hey, do you have any more? Because that's all it took this time, nothing else. Lots of other people went to that garage sale. Somebody actually bought, she said, oh, a lady bought her, she had a Barbie camper that somebody bought. So somebody there had an idea about vintage Barbie toys, but didn't bother to ask, do you have any other stuff? So yeah, who knows what's going to come out of this? If it's by that bag of parts, there's He-Man possibilities, Ghostbusters, real Ghostbusters possibilities, obviously Joe, there's chance of more Star Wars, obviously Tonka, there's, you know, pretty much all you could think of, it's in there. And who knows, it might come out. Who knows, I might never get another call. That's fine too, because this is pretty good haul. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys real quick. 18 minutes quick, which is for me pretty quick. And yeah, I hope you guys this week, this weekend, because there's a couple more garage sales coming up. There's a big church sale, which usually I find some stuff. I got a good wrestler score at that last time. Hopefully, maybe I'll get some more stuff from garage sales, and then maybe I'll get a text, and I can show you more really cool stuff that I got out of somebody's attic. So anyways, hope you're all having a good week. And yeah, oh yeah, I guess I got to do that thing. Can you guys like and subscribe, as the kids say? You don't have to, but if you do, that'd be real nice. But again, you don't have to do anything. Don't listen to me. I'm not the boss of you. All right. Have a good week. Bye.